are you doing here? We're taking a whole lot of stuff here and doing a whole lot of things, but we are here.
Good
We are
morning,
here.
good evening, good afternoon, people.
Yeah, man, we are here. We got a lot of shit going on, but we are here.
When you say we got a lot of shit going on, what you mean?
Oh man, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. What I mean, it's got so much stuff is happening and things are going on, and you can't keep up with all this stuff. Cannot
No, you
keep
can't.
can't keep up with all this stuff, man. There's so much stuff going on. Uh, we got we got so much stuff happening, so much stuff happening.
Can't even sit back and enjoy your life.
Nope, cannot sit back and enjoy your life.
And he got the weekend talk panel for the news people this weekend. They're gonna be talking about Jack Smith the whole weekend.
Well, poor Jack. Poor Jack. Uh, man, I just I watched part of his uh, his hearing that they got going on with the Justice Department, and well, not the Justice Department, but the judicial branch of the legislature and the House judicial branch. And the guy is very, very sincere, and they are trying to just tear him down any way they can. And it's an awful shame when you were giving your all to do what you were told to do, and because you came in direct contact with a well, he calls himself a dictator. He went on there to Dalvo and said he's a dictator. So sometimes you have to have a dictator. So you done ran into a dictator, and the dictator has got all of these folks and stuff around there protecting him, and they're doing whatever they can to protect this dictator, even though they know he's a fool, he's embarrassing, but they're protecting him. And he is sitting down there in the middle of the storm.
It all depends on how you look at it. And I'm gonna, and this is not a giving him kudos. This is not giving him accolades. But I'm gonna say this: this man, as stupid as he is, and as some of the things that he's doing is almost correct. He might not be doing it in the right way, but it's almost correct. I remember, and I'm gonna say this, people, and please don't get mad at me. I used to say they need to take the military in Chicago and Detroit, LA, and get rid of all these damn gangs. And run around shooting people and robbing people and shit. I mean, I would just be so mad. I'm talking about years ago because the police wasn't doing nothing. I mean, shooting people and all that cold blooded. You know, the point is that when you don't help people to do better, and all you do is allow them to be stupid and act wild and do all kind of craziness, and then some of them is even involved because they getting trapped with those drugs too and making money. Because drugs, let's face it, bro, it's $1 trillion business. Probably more than that. And but we know that's a lot of it is just facade, and they're not really going to get rid of all these gangs and stuff because there's too much money to be made in drugs. So, but some of the people feeling safer and what have you, but I don't like the fact that he's treating these undocumented people the way he's treating them. A lot of people don't like that. That's inhumane. And then he stopped the border. I'm just looking at stuff that he's done. He stopped the border. He closed it down. That's what they say. I don't know. I'm not there. I'm just going by what everybody else is saying. And the one thing for sure, and I'm just saying this, the government is too many taxes for small businesses. Now, I'm not talking about big businesses. I'm talking about small businesses and mid-sized businesses. Too much red tape. So, and the central banks, scanners. They're a bunch of scanners, bro. Central banks. You got 13 central banks around the world. So I'm just saying, and I can go on and on. I can name you about 5 or 6 more things, and things that people have been griping about. I got 3 or 4 things, maybe 5 things, but it's a lot of stuff, bro, that's going on in this country that a lot of these politicians have allowed to fester. A lot of stuff that's been festering, you know. But I don't know, because you do have to have a strong president. And, let's face it, Biden, good guy, good guy. Obama, good guy. George Bush, he didn't know what he was doing. He was just doing what he was told. I'm just saying, we need a leader. And right now, there are so many people, in my opinion, so many people now that they have allowed in this country, and a lot of people that know how to get into the system. So they work in the system. And, like I said, man, it's only $5 trillion that you can scan off, the country. So, I mean, already $2.5 trillion is already counted for. Maybe three. Then if you throw in the $1.1 trillion in the military, hell, you only got $1 trillion to work with. So that money is being trickled down, you know. I mean, besides they using the trickle down money for the military, and then they're stealing money from Medicaid, Medicare, a lot of people frauding that. We already know that. Social Security, a lot of people shouldn't even have Social Security. A lot of people on SSI and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on in America that need to be cleaned up, but it's not going to never be cleaned up because the money is too good. The money is too good. All they're doing is performance in that thing. I watched it. I watched 2-3 hours of it already, and it's just a performance. That's all it is. And most of these politicians, that's all they're doing is performing. Now, on the other side, the left side, or I should say the Democratic side, they're serious about their thing. But the point is, who cares? They don't care. American people don't care. The only thing that I'm concerned about is reparations to black people, and that the black people, in my opinion, should be doing better. It's the only thing I care about. Because these other immigrants and people like that, they're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. That's the only thing I care about. You know, you don't hear, do you ever see Puerto Ricans marching? Do you ever see Asian people marching? Do you ever see Italians marching? Polish people marching for civil rights and justice? Asian people? No, because they get their money. We don't get our money. It's taxation without representation. And I'm going to tell you right now, in my opinion, now I might be wrong, but I have done some numbers and I've done the checking. We contribute more money than any ethnic group in this country. That's my opinion. I'm talking about the millionaires, the billionaires, the working class, all of that. We contribute more money into this country than any ethnic group in the country. That's my opinion. And not only top of that, we contribute more money in culturally and social because we bring in more tourism because most people want to come and see Black Americans entertainment, and we go overseas. In my opinion, we were like the diplomats to soften them up, to love soul music, to love R&B, to love blues, to love our poetry, to love our literature. That's just my opinion. I mean, all this other stuff, they be playing games and performing and, all of that mess, that don't mean nothing to me. I listen to it and I want to be informed, but as far as I'm concerned, just give us our reparations and so that our people can do better and stop putting us in jail for BS. I can't tell you how many people I have read about. I mean, I used to, this was one of my hobbies, bro. I used to keep up back 35 years ago, man. I used to keep up with how many people they was putting black people in jail, bro. It used to be hardly no black women in jail, and now you got thousands of them. I don't even want to talk about the black men. And then they have to adapt to the culture, which is a bioculture culture, because that's the only way you're gonna survive. You got to be vile just like them. So all this nonsense about Trump and shit, when everybody know that his ass instigated that whole shit and organized and had other people organize that shit, and they committed an insurrection and all that bullshit, we already know. People went to jail and then he pardoned them. We already know. And then that was only just half the people that they should have put in jail. So this is a game to them, bro. This is a game. But that's okay. I think a lot of folks are, and I'm talking about spicy whites, woke up. A lot of people woke up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people woke up. And they realized that, and some of these people are very serious about that. I was listening to your Georgia representative The black guy that talks so serious, you never see him smile. I can't think of
Mm-hmm.
his name. Gray haired guy. He was putting it on him, bro. Putting it on him.
Mm-hmm.
But it means nothing. Until that sucker got cuffs on his hands with an orange suit. This man that broke so many laws and so many, and constitutional wise, it's just ridiculous. But he's still running around like he Mr. This and that. Hey, God bless him. That's what I say. God bless him. I don't know what he want the money for or what he trying to do. Trying to leave a legacy because all they're gonna do is tear all that shit down that he put his name on. They're gonna tear all that shit down that he put his name on. I can guarantee you that. They can't stand him. Not even the Republicans. What has he got on them, man? What he got on these Republicans?
They
Go
are
into your
afraid.
deep dive. Tell me what the hell do he have on these Republicans that
They
they
are.
so damn scared they
They are
can't say
scared. They
this
are
man,
afraid.
huh?
They are afraid.
Man, a lot of people's afraid, man. There's got to be more than that.
No, they're afraid. There's just a lot of fears out there that man is very. He got a lot of people out there. And remember, I told you about a week or so ago, all those fools that he pardoned, those are his. Those are his enforcers now. And when you got the Department of Justice, you've got the highest law enforcement agency and stuff and everything under your fist, you got a lot of power. That at any moment, if you decide to go against this old boy and stuff and everything, he's gonna bring the power of the Department of Justice on you. And a lot of those guys and stuff out there probably got a lot of stuff that they don't want to come out. When you got when you've done some things and they know you've done some things and you got the power of the Department of Justice behind you, you're either going to capitulate or he's going to put them on you. And he knows that each and every one of them got something bad that they want to hide. They did something wrong, or one of their family members and did something wrong. So when you got all this stuff upon them and you sick the Department of Justice on them, they don't have no Adam Schiff out there who is squeaky clean, or a Letitia James who is squeaky clean, that they can't even indict them and everything. But he's tried, and they have tried to do whatever he told them to do. And that's what's happening. That is what is happening. That's what's going on out there. These folks are absolutely afraid and stuff, and they know that if he comes down on them and he says something to them, he can call up his Justice Department and say, "Go after so and so," and they coming after him, and they know it, full strength.
Mm.
So what are you going to do? You're going to back him up and hope that he don't bother you, because we know, Ted, a lot of them and stuff and everything. Before all this stuff happened, this January 6th stuff happened. The whole slew of them guys was really at him. He did it. We know Trump did it. We know Trump sicked these people up there and sent them up there and got them up there on Capitol Hill and did all this stuff to them. But they also know that this man still has a lot of power behind him, and a lot of people, a lot of money is keeping him up. They know some secrets and stuff that we don't know. Got a lot of money behind him. And this Epstein thing got a lot of rich people, not only in the United States, all over the world, that Epstein was involved in. Because we know, Ted, that that man did not hang himself in court. They had enough power to reach him in the jail cell and do what they did to him. Because they didn't want him to say anything about what the heck was going on. Because they had a lot of stuff on him. They reached into a jail cell and got him. And Miss Maxwell, she better watch out. If she keeps on going and keeps on talking her stuff and everything, they might reach into the jail and get her too. But so far, she's been quiet, hasn't said anything, and she kept her mouth shut. But she's teetering. So that's where we at, man. We got a gangster there in the White House. We got a show enough gangster, a mafia man that uh, he hasn't got a lot of brains, but he got a lot of people behind him with money. He got a lot of brains, but he got a lot of people behind him with money.
Well, here's my scenario, and I'm just putting this in there, and then you can finish. I think the Republicans should act like they're running, and then all of a sudden they can pretend that they're sick or something happened, or they realize, they say, hey, the race is too close, I ain't gonna win, and just don't run and let the Democrats take over and work with the Democrats. Because they know that this man is destroying this country. They know it. Republicans, that's all they got to do because most of them already got lifetime retirements. They ain't got to worry about it. So I don't know. I think that's what they should do. They should just go on and let the Democrats win their party and just give up the ghost because he have taken over this party.
Maybe that's why a lot of them are quitting. Maybe that's why a lot of them are quitting. I'm not running no more. Maybe that's why MTG got out. I'm not running anymore. I'm getting the hell out of here. Got my money and I'm running. Got my cash and I'm running. Get the hell out of here. And we all know, Ted, that there's going to be at least 15 or 20 of them that's already announced that they're not running anymore. I'm not running. We are not running anymore. But you got to believe that a lot of those Democrats and stuff who are there, who will be coming in or whatever, their lives might be in jeopardy too. I just heard a couple of these Congress people and stuff, especially JC. She keeps talking about these people still threatening her. She has guards with her. She has bodyguards with her and everything. But she's insisting on keeping on going and being thrown in their side. She says she ain't giving up. I looked at our state's attorney here in Fulton County, Fannie Willis. She still haven't been able to go home. And it's been a while. So these, our folks and stuff and everything are standing strong. But how many people, Ted, especially on the Democratic side, will be able to stand up to all this?
Well, there are people out there that's way smarter than me and have all kind of strategies and different things that I don't want to get into. But the thing is that you know they need to search out those types of people to assist them. And the thing is, you have to be able to do like the mafia, just like the mafia boss right now, because Trump is the mafia boss right now. But they gotta do like the mafia boss. You got to have other people that's willing to do the same thing.
But he's not the boss.
Who the boss? I know who you gonna say.
He ain't the boss. If he was the boss, Ted, do you think that he would have gave up all his other stuff that he got going, that he had going on? If he was the boss, the big boss, the one that's pulling the strings, do you think that he would have said he would have just took Greenland over and went in there and took that country and said, "I'm not backing up at all"? Do you think if he was the big boss that he would allow Canada to do with what they're doing and stuff now? If he was the big boss, he wouldn't allow
Who's the big
Mark.
boss, Ed?
We don't know yet. He's sitting behind the scenes, brother, and I don't even believe it's Putin. Whoever it is, he's behind the scenes and he's hiding. He's pulling the strings. And and I guarantee you, Trump knows who he is. And some of the other people in his cabinet probably know who in the hell he is. Who's pulling the string? We'd probably be surprised.
Did you see Musk giving over $125 million to a senator in Kentucky?
Musk got a lot of money.
$125 million ain't nothing to him.
Ain't nothing to him. He got a lot of money. We already know he done already passed that $500 billion mark. $125 million ain't nothing to him. Peanuts.
Peanuts,
Peanuts.
pennies, nickels, and dimes.
Peanuts, nickels, and dimes.
But that's a whole lot for a state senator.
Yep.
And that's in Kentucky. We ain't talking about New York. We ain't talking about California. We talking about Kentucky.
Yep. Probably needs him for a vote for something. Probably needs him for a vote. He done bought him. He done bought him somebody else. He needs him for a vote. He knows how to pass his money around to certain people that he needs to do his bidding and stuff for him.
They want that 3-year, 5-year contract.
He's probably got something he wants to do in Kentucky that he wants them to open the door for him to do. So you drop us, put them dollars on him, and they'll give him what the hell he wants. Nobody's gonna say anything. What they gonna say? Campaign contribution. Citizens United. The Supreme Court opened the door up. Unlimited amount of money.
Yeah, our boy is quite a character. The chief of Supreme Court. Quite, quite a character. This man has, I can guarantee you, he probably got a whole lot of money. I bet you he's worth about $500 million, if not more. Because this boy done some stuff, boy. He done some damages. Ain't nobody gonna look into his account and find out and dig deep into his shit. I bet you he might be even worth a couple of billion right now. Who knows? He sat there and gave Trump immunity. He's above the law. Money is a person too. They can spend as much money as they want. Who cares about the Voting Rights Act? Nobody care about that. Who cares? Hey, who cares about if you walking down the street? Ooh, who is he? He look like a criminal. Who cares about your rights? And these people sitting up here, well, it ain't me. It's them brown and black people.
Uh, Sometimes there are people out there who say things and they quietly say stuff and they're telling people what's going on. And most of the time, these people are very quiet about what they say. And if you ain't listening to them, then they try to tell you what the hell's happening here. But most people are not listening. They are not listening. They are not listening. Our friend from up north, the prime minister, got on the stage there at Davos at the Economic Forum, and you need to listen to his speech. Go back and listen to everything he says. And one of the things that was very powerful, he said, if you ain't at the table, you on the menu. They're getting ready to eat you up. If you ain't sitting at that table, you on the menu. You getting ready to be ate up. If you're not at the table, you're getting ready to get ate up. And he said that whatever world order that we had going on 10 years ago is no longer there anymore. This whole damn thing has been thrown up inside and down, and however you think about a normalcy, it ain't there anymore. When we think about this country being normal, it's not there anymore. Ain't no more usual stuff where we can depend on. We can't depend on this midterm election. We don't know if we're going to have it or not. They may decide that we're going to cancel the midterm. We're going to leave whoever's sitting in them seats and stuff and everything. They will not be at a midterm. Who going to stop them? We are running around here, Mr. Harvey, thinking that we're in a civilized world.
Uh-oh. We're not in the civilized world yet.
Hell no. We a dog eat dog out here, brother. It's dog eat dog out here. You ain't got a big stick. You ain't got the money. You can forget it. We're thinking that politics is normal, and it's not. We're thinking that things are fair here in this country, that we got rules and regulations and stuff and everything, and people are going to follow them. Look around. Look around you.
You know the one thing that I listen to a lot of, and I've said this a half a dozen times, if not more, YouTube people and reading different articles and what have you. And the one thing that I see, and I'm talking about black people, all they want to talk about is normal shit. Some of them, they realize, but they don't understand what crisis we in. They talking about, they want to talk about Trump and all the crap he doing, and treating them like this is normal shit. This ain't normal. I'm just saying. The point is that, and this is what I'm taking from these um, elite. Well, I ain't gonna call them elites. Because most of them, they was middle class, upper class. Some of them came up from like, we came up, and they in a certain class now. But the point is that they have not uh, said a word. They sort of, I think the game plan for them is hush, shh, shh. This is white people shit. Shh. That's what I think. I think they're saying hush. Don't say nothing. Let's just talk about each other, you know, talk about certain things, foreign and domestic, a little bit, but really, let's just talk about each other and what you think and what have you. But shh, we ain't talking about revolution. We ain't talking about anything like that, liberation. We ain't talking about none of that. Because it's so many of us that's doing okay. So, shh, this is white people shit. That's what we're doing. That's just my opinion. I might be wrong, but I ain't seeing no whole lot of outrage. I ain't seeing no whole lot of, you know, anger. I'm not seeing no whole lot of bravado. Just shh. Let them eat up themselves. But the point is, only a few of us got the cash to make things better. You got multi-billionaires, man. They can spread their money anywhere they want. I was just looking at Warren Buffett. Now, I don't know how true this is, and it could have been AI. It could be for real because he's been talking about it for a long time. He said he's going to give 99.99% of his money away. Now, who he's going to give it to, I have no idea. But I can guarantee you, he ain't going to give a whole lot to black folks. Because I can use about $2 billion right now, Mr. Buffett. And I can do a whole lot of good for $1 billion. The rest is going to my family. But I can do a whole lot of good. But I can guarantee you that 300 billion or half a trillion or whatever the hell you got, I can use a couple billion. You want to give it away. I'm just putting it out there. 5 billion would be even greater. So you giving money away? Give it to me. But he's gonna put it in some kind of foundation and give $1 billion, $2 billion a year, and then it'll just be like all those other people, building this and building that and what have you. And it'll last forever. Not really helping people. It's just appreciating the arts, the theater. Well, it's just like uh, the lady McKinsey, the lady that was married to the Amazon guy.
she was married to Jeff.
Yeah, the lady that was married to Jeff. And she done gave billions away.
Yep.
I ain't felt it. Have you felt it, Ed?
Nope.
Huh?
Nope. But I've known people who have gotten things from her. I've known organizations who have received money from her.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying. And that's good. I guess that's a good thing.
Yep.
But
And she has freely given away a lot of. She hasn't given away her money. She has freely given money because the more she has given, she still hasn't lost her fortune. She still got.
well, oh, that's
She's
wonderful. And
Yeah.
then,
She still
I
got
mean,
money.
that's wonderful. But you need to put money in people's pocket.
Yep.
How about giving a family $1 million?
No, no, no. She's not gonna do that.
How about
She's
giving
not.
about 10,000 families $1 million?
Nope. I don't.
20,000 people $1 million.
Nope. She's
A
not gonna do
hundred
that.
thousand people $1 million.
She's not gonna do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, that's the problem. See, you give it to these organizations, all they're gonna do is pay salaries and help people, a few people here and there, and then raise their salaries.
Well,
Oh, your
I
salary
think
was only
she.
$100,000.
I think she follows that. Her organization follows that very closely and makes sure that the money that she is giving is not is not all going into administrative salaries or whatever. I'm pretty sure she's not doing that.
Well, I don't know and really don't care. But give $1 million to some deserving families so they can be debt free, pay their house off, pay their car note off. How about that? That's when you're really doing some good. You can give all
Well,
this money to these nonprofit organizations, and a lot of them are doing good. Cancer
well,
research.
she has done that now. She's got a lot of folks out there. She and a lot of organizations she has given money to. A lot of school systems and stuff. They have
Oh,
applied to
that's
her.
wonderful.
Yeah, they applied to her foundation, and she's given them money too.
Oh, that's wonderful. And a lot of them doing that. Oh, that's wonderful. How about giving some people some money
No, she ain't gonna do
directly?
that. She's not gonna do that. That's not her foundation. They're not gonna do that. You are doing you are a nonprofit and you are doing things for the poor folks and making sure they got
To write
things.
it off.
That's it.
To
That's what she'll
write
give
that
it to.
shit
She'll
off.
give that money to them, but she will
Give
not
the
give any
money
cash money
directly
to
to
nobody.
the people. Give the money directly to. I'd rather help 100,000 people than penny ante shit.
Well,
Then you done
whenever
helped
you
100,000 people.
whenever you get all of your money, you can do that. But most of the folks out there, they're not doing that. That's not happening. It is not happening. Not happening. But she does. They do a good job of investigating these organizations. So if you got an organization out there that you think is doing something for
No,
the
we don't
folks
have an
out there,
organization.
huh?
We can start an organization. We can get a nonprofit 501c3 and all that shit
Yeah,
and all that
you
and
got
apply for all of
you
that.
got to you got
You
to
know, you
deal
got
with
Ford
you got to
Foundation. You got all kind of people doing that.
but you
Even
got to deal with that IRS and to
that's
get that
that's exactly what I'm talking
501c3.
about.
You
That's
got to
exactly
deal
what I'm
with the
talking about.
Internal
You got to
Revenue
put up with
Service.
that BS.
Yep, you got to put up with the IRS, and you got to bend over backwards, and they gonna research you and stuff. Make sure that you ain't no
That's
DEI.
exactly what I'm talking about.
You
Get the
not no
money to
DEI.
directly to the people.
that
Because
that you
these
that your
and
back.
I'm not gonna call them scanners. I'm just gonna call them do-gooders, grifters, do-gooder grifters. Because you got 1,000,000 of them out there, and 10 million of them working in it, and a lot of them. And you know, I used to work for a. I wouldn't call it a nonprofit, but you know what they used to call it. I forget it. KCAP cap.
Yep, Cap KCAP.
Yeah, they got all kind of grants and in kind and all that stuff.
Yep, they did,
And they
but
did a
they
lot of good to a certain degree, but you know, they wasn't really helping nobody. You know, they was
oh
penny nickels and dimes.
there were people who were getting checks and stuff and taking care of their family.
But like I said, Ed, they wasn't really helping nobody but a little pennies, nickels, and dimes. I'm saying give people $1,000,000.
They're not gonna do that.
All
You
right.
can forget that ain't gonna happen.
So, well, more power to you. Keep on divvying out your money, write it off. You know,
That is
more power
not
to
going
you.
to happen. She is not
And
going to do
same
that.
thing with
I don't know
same
of
thing
any.
with what's the name?
I don't know of any donors out there, billionaire donors and everything, who are committed to doing that, to giving people a lump sum of money.
But here's the shit. Here's the shit. You get $1,000,000. They say, "Oh, you just received $1,000,000 for so. That'll be $400,000 taxes."
You got
So
to
you
pay
give
it.
them a
You want
million
that?
dollars,
You
they're
got to
gonna
pay it.
charge you $400,000 for that 60, for that 600,000, $1,000,000. You're gonna pay that in taxes. That's the BS that's involved. So they make sure that you won't be able to give those people that kind of money. But she give $1,000,000, she give $1 billion out, or 2 billion or 5 billion, whatever the hell she giving, and then she can just write all that off. But like I said, I would rather help 100,000 people. That's only $100 million, and you'll change people's lives for real. You give me $2 billion, you're gonna change my life and probably 20,000 more people. Because all I'm gonna do is give it away. I'm telling you, bro. These people. This is a scam. This is a game. They playing the game. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give 99% of my money away. And these robber barons, that's what they did. But they put it in a foundation, and their names are still on the building, and all of that. Same thing with Ford. Ford, same thing, doing the same thing. They're just a charity organization. You ever been on Ford Foundation's website, Ed?
Nope.
Oh, hell, man. They got so many grants and money that you can apply for. It's just ridiculous. Thousands of them you can apply for. All kinds of stuff that you can apply for. Matter of fact, they even hired a person. They got a president of their foundation, Ford Foundation, who used to be black. I don't know who handles it now, but all they do is they give 2,000 here, 20,000 there, 100,000 there, blah blah blah. They're just giving money away, all write-offs. That's why Ford is still alive right now, bro. All they doing is writing off shit.
Well, anyway, Ted, final word, brother.
I don't know where this conversation started, but I mean, it started people
It
with
started with me talking about Jack Smith and uh, him being in the Inquisition, sitting there in front of the House Judiciary Committee, being
well, Reckon said the right thing. He said all these people it's just performance. They they don't like Trump. I didn't talk to him. He didn't tell them. They can't stand him. But you said it earlier. They scared. So just a game. These people, to keep your little funky job.
it's not a game, Ted. It's not a game. This is serious. If you're afraid, you're serious. This is serious. And you're finding out that a lot of the Democrats are coming out and saying they're not saying these folks' names, but they are saying that these people are coming back to them and telling them that they are afraid. They know that what's going on is wrong, but they're afraid to open their mouth. And if they ask them to do anything, they're not going to do it. They're going to defend him until they draw their last breath, knowing that what he's doing is wrong, knowing
Well,
that he sat
we don't
up
have a
there,
country, bro.
he sat over there and embarrassed himself. Every time he go overseas, he embarrasses himself and this country. Because most of the people are wondering why in the hell this country is putting up with him. I know they are. Them people sitting in their audience and listening to him talk know that there's something wrong with him. He is not normal. But there's not a Republican who's going to open their mouth and say anything. Whatever he wants to do, they will defend him and act like you didn't see what you saw. He didn't say that. Yes, he did. And they will defend it. He didn't say that. You don't know what you're talking about. He didn't say that. You know they heard it. He didn't say that. And then the stock market fell and he backed off.
Yep.
They lost 1 point some trillion dollars in the stock market and he backed up. I got to back up. The money is talking.
Yep.
My billionaire friends is talking. They done call me up and say, "Hey, buddy, you going too far."
Yep.
He go politely back up. And he said, "We got a deal, a framework. We got a framework of a deal." Well, what's in the deal? Did anybody give you this? Well, it's complicated. But we got a framework of a deal. We
Got a
done talked to
framework of a deal.
yeah, we done talked to all the participants, and we done talked to the head of the of NATO, and we got a deal. And they asked NATO, "What kind of deal y'all got?" We don't know what he talking about. So people, that's where we at nowadays. We don't know what's going to happen, and I don't think we can do is pray and hope that we can make it until the midterm. Just keep on praying, keep on praying. So anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow with some more stirs. Hopefully they don't put my man in jail because they waiting to put old Jack Smith in jail, and old Jack knows it. They go ready to lock him up because he done said something or he done violated some code of ethics or whatever. Poor Jack, I felt sorry for him all while he was sitting at that table. He was just, I mean, he looked real bad. But that's our country today. This is our world that we living in, people. It is a cruel, cruel world out there. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back, hopefully, if they haven't gotten rid of us. Throw us off the goddamn air. Bye.